Can you imagine not being treated for a condition or a pain that you had just because you had another disability? Well, this was the story of a patient a couple of weeks ago that came to our office. We had a patient come in that had been through some hard stuff. He was an amputee through different injuries he had. He was missing a leg. He had a stump at the thigh level. And for some reason, he wasn't getting the treatment that he needed because potentially of that amputation. The patient came in with back pain, both in his low back, as you can imagine, with dealing with it in the amputation, whether it's on crutches or trying to walk with a prosthetic leg. His gait was definitely off and changed. And so he had a lot of low back pain. He also had some mid back pain that was just debilitating. It was causing him a lot of pain and he couldn't find any relief. He'd actually been to other chiropractors and they just quite frankly refused to treat him. And why, I quite frankly don't know. And so even though this patient did have this disability and he was disfigured in some way, we just treated him like anyone else. And that's what we try to do at Active Health Clinics is we just treat every patient as a soul and a heart and a person that just needs our help. There was no reason that this patient could not be adjusted just like anyone else. Yes, he was missing part of his leg, but that had nothing to do with his mid-back and had nothing to do with his pelvis. And of course, we properly evaluated with exam and imaging that was necessary to make sure everything was safe to adjust. But then we treated him just like everything else. And right in that first adjustment, he got off the table and said, that's exactly what I've been needing. The process of relief began. And so it's just unfortunate that providers or some doctors will be afraid to treat people because of their disfigurations or disabilities that they may have, because this patient benefited just from an adjustment that he's been needing for so long.